All right, welcome back. So, somebody forgot to hit play, record, but I grabbed a couple colors, and so at the risk of looking a little bit more like a coffee shop palette with some ice cream colors thrown in, this is kind of what I've got here. Not 100% happy with it, but I'm happy enough with it. So the next thing I wanted to do was I kind of wanted to do something like this, but I don't know if I want to go kind of all out like that did. Um, and the other issue I'm looking at is if I was to just do Queens at the top where this has Rocky Point, I'm looking at a much shorter section there. So if you were to kind of visualize this, it would be kind of just picture, excuse me, picturing what the text would look like. If I just do Queens, I've got something more like that where I've got a short section of text and then ice cream on the bottom. So I don't know if that's what I want to do. Um, Let me try something else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a rectangle here, and I want to actually use this. Um, ooh, still got the wingdings on. Let's find a good font for this. And so I'm looking for something either the style I want to go for is something where I want like just a slight serif on it, but not like an aggressive serif. Um, and so when we talk about serif or sans serif, let me find a good example here. So Georgia, for example, here these little like extra wingy bits on letters, those are serifs. When you talk about a sans serif, there's a great one, source sans variable. So anytime you see sans, it usually implies it's a sans serif font. So you see I don't have those little wingy guys hanging off my text here. So I'm looking for something that's got a little bit of a serif, but not a lot. And it should be fairly easy transition into it too. And I'm just kind of skimming. What was that actually? What was the one I just ran? Oh, Georgia. Let's. No, it's too much. Um, let's see. I might have to go to the font library to find something for it. Um, excuse me. I'm gonna pause so you don't watch me stare at this for 30 minutes, and I'll be back. Okay, I think I got it. So what I did here is I jumped into the Adobe Font Library because you have this subscription to Adobe. They actually have this font thing built into it. So if you open up your font menu with your text selected, you can click on Find More, and it's got all these different fonts here. And if you find one that you like, you can just scroll over it, find one you like, and then when you find one, you click on this Activate. Wait a couple seconds, and it'll actually download that font onto your computer, install it, and then you can use it. So make sure I don't do that. Okay, so I found this one. I'm actually pretty happy with it, which is unusual. So what I'm going to do is just do a couple modifications here. I actually want to have this text a little bit more centered, so I'm just going to cheat and use the baseline shift right here. And then this whole word, I kind of want to spread the letters out. So I'm going to go back in here. Um, and then we'll do the kerning here. No, we're not going to do the kerning. We're going to do this. If we take that up to 18. Okay, so that's the font I'm going to use for that, and then I've got this that I'm going to use for the ice cream part. So, um, let's see. The next question is how I actually want to place this font too. So I had two ideas that I was working with, and I know a couple people were kind of interested in something like this, of actually placing the text on a line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bump this up just a little tiny bit, and then I'm going to take this, let's go a little bit higher, right there. Okay, so I'm going to copy this line right here. I'm just going to select it right to left with the direct selection tool. If I copy and paste it, I end up with just that line. And if I use the click to open the text tool, it's actually going to put a little path option there for me, and then it's going to place this text like that. This tool is a pain to use, unless you kind of know what you're doing. And so what I'm doing right now is, when you place it, it usually comes in upside down and never comes in the way that you actually want to place your text. So what you have here is a left side and a right side, and what I'm going to do is actually center it so I don't have to deal with anything else. And then if you grab this middle part, you can flip it up to the right side. So for everyone who's going to do that and then, or try and do that kind of text, that's the little secret of why it doesn't look right. Okay, so now I'm going to take my actual text here, and I'm going to copy and paste it into here. And then actually placing this is going to be a little bit more of a pain. Okay, so we'll do that right there. I'm going to make it white for now, but when we're done, I'm actually going to come back. Let's actually premium. Yeah, gotta get that selling in. All right, so we got premium ice cream now, and I do actually kind of want it. And that was the one thing I was afraid of is, I do want it to actually kind of still be oriented the correct direction, so we'll come back and we'll do that for the Queen's part. Premium ice cream. So for this text, why don't we put you at the top for now? Oh, it's also worth mentioning, I haven't resized the rest of my logo yet. I want to continue using that 3-pixel offset, so I'm not touching anything for this logo. It is remaining the exact same size through this process until I get to that point. So I'm going to take this again, and there's a couple things I can do for a shear. So let's, and I always get these wrong, so let's try something and see what happens. Let's see, vertical shear, there we go. That's what we want. Okay. And that's not quite on the angle I want. So let's see if I can get that lined up a little bit better. I'll go back to, so I re-click on here, transform, shear, and let's take it down to, wish there was a drag, 0.5, negative 0.5. That's close. We'll have to actually do this. So we'll get rid of that. So I'm just going to draw a line off of this. Copy that line. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll come to the top of the text. Now we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So then, yeah, I'm going to have to make this wider, so I'll have to redo that. So we'll go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, so I also want to have these little separating lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down Alt, and I'm going to step it back, and then I'm going to hold down Alt again and step it back. So what I end up with is I have these sets of lines. So I'm going to join these outer ones. Let's stay in this mode actually, so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we've got that one. We'll apply that to it. We'll come back in here. And we'll join these. Nope, not like that. And then pen tool, why are you being weird? Okay, so we've got that one. That's that first strap I wanted to get in there. And then we'll come back here. And no, why is it? Maybe we'll just move them to the top. That's probably what it is. Yeah, that's what it was. They were just behind everything else. Okay, so do we have... Didn't do this side either. So close that off. Okay, so now I've got those two white stripes I wanted running through it. I've got my ice cream thing right here. I can move to the front. And then... Oh, this is going to be tricky to get that perfectly centered. Let's see here. I probably could have just made this normal and applied a shear to the whole thing. But that would have been the easy way out. Okay, let's, real quick, let's do the divide. So we'll separate all these out, ungroup it, and just so that I'm left with the right areas to work with here. Cool. And check that. Cool. Alright. So then we'll center that. Ooh, is that how I do it? That would be a trick, actually. I can actually just move this over here. It's not going to snap in the right spot. Yeah, it's not going to snap. Just, it's not going to quite snap how I want it. Okay. So I need to move this in the correct direction, which means I might need to, actually, what am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, right. So I'll just have to redraw a line based on this line. So I'll have to actually end up having to recopy the baseline that I used. So we'll copy that, Control Shift V to paste in place, 2, 3, 4, 4, and then we'll delete this upper section. Nope, not the whole thing. Okay, so now I've got one line on the bottom here. I'll move this out of the way, copy the text, and I can find that line I was originally working with, paste it in, and now I can... That's right, it's because it was skewed. That's... okay. That's why we didn't do it like that. Okay. Okay, instead we will be tricky, and we will take a ruler, and we will do R for rotation, and we'll rotate the ruler up to right about there, and I think that's as close as I'm going to be able to eyeball that. And then we'll just move it to right there. Okay, so let's get rid of this. We'll move this back up here. Now, I'm going to leave that there for now. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with the queens. I'm going to come down here, and I'm just going to draw a giant circle. But we're only going to use probably that top part of it. And again, we'll kind of... Everything's started to get a little crowded right now, so I'm kind of trying to figure out a good spot to put it. So we'll copy our queens. We'll apply another text modification of this. And that one actually came out on the right side. And I kind of want this to be bigger. Or do I want it smaller? Bear with me here. I'm going to copy this. Okay, that's where we were. Now let's do... So let's move this down. Okay, so this is something I kind of wanted to try, and we will see if it works out or if it doesn't. Because I don't know if it's... Oops. I don't know if it's going to work out, so I need to turn that off. It keeps turning off my webcam every time I hit tab. So, alright, we'll just work without webcam for a minute. Hope everyone will survive. So, we got this. I want to bring this over to right there. So, whoa. Okay. Get that out of the way. Alright, so I kind of want to do the same thing I have for that bottom section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to offset this, path offset, that's our 3 pixels. And then I'm going to offset this again, and we'll go up to 8 pixels, just because I don't know how far, let's do 12 pixels. I would just, oh, no, that's 12 inches. 12 pixels, and is that, let's see what that looks like. Should do 13, let's do 13. So object, path, offset path, 13 pixels. I think, yeah, that's better. Okay. I'm trying to decide if this is what I actually want to do with this. I think so. I think it is. Okay, so I've got actually kind of 2 ideas of where I'm thinking about taking this. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy everything down here, and I'll show you, and maybe I'll kind of work through it myself while I do this. So, I'm going to subtract these 2 shapes from each other. I've got my text here. Wait, I'm going to make sure I didn't just grab... Yeah, okay. It's all still there. Okay, so I've got my text here. I'm going to do create outlines, which will create outline or text out of that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the offset, the path again here. I'm not going to go that crazy. Let's see what 3 pixels looks like. So that'll get me on either side of the line. Okay, so we've got that. If I ungroup this, what I'm thinking is if I can merge this whole section of this and then use it to subtract from this, then I can ungroup this, clean up all the weird little bits and bobs hanging around, and we'll get that. So there's that one. That was the first one I was thinking of. The next one was going to be kind of the same idea, but it probably isn't going to work because I'm going to have to... Oh, I didn't grab... Okay, now we got it. So the other idea I was going to try was we were going to take this one, and we're going to bring it just inside so it kind of clips over our text like that. And then the outside, same thing, we're going to bring it in just enough to clip with the text there. And then kind of the same process, I'm going to, again, I'm going to subtract these two. I'm going to outline the font. And then I'm actually just going to subtract the font from there. And I'm not, no, because the Q goes away. Okay, what if I did merge these, subtract them, offset this, 3 pixels, merge these two, and then, no, get out of there, subtract this. Whoa, 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 wrong. Ungroup. We got that. Yes. Subtract. And then we'll get rid of the, no. So just get rid of these extra shapes in here. Bring that in. Bring that in. Oh, I kind of do like that. Oh, I almost like it. Why do I only almost like it? I think I do really like it. Okay, let's see if I can group it. Ungroup. Okay. Oops. For the sake of not screwing anything up, I'm just going to hide this for now. And then we'll paste this here. Oh, it's going to be kind of hard to position it again, though. Okay, here's what we'll do. Before we paste that back in, before we hide this, we will create a new layer. And we'll put this layer on top with this here, and then this should be a lock. So I can no longer lock it. And then if you click on the eye here, no, there's a control click. There we go. Okay, so that's the I can turn that wireframe display onto that specific layer. So now I could take this, reposition it on top, approximately where it goes, because again, we're kind of, I guess we do have some lines here to work with, right? Because that's actually what that gap is. That's the fill. Alright, that's pretty close there. Okay, let's kill this layer entirely. Now, why is that not... I would have thought that would have been centered. Like it... Is it centered? Or am I just losing my mind? It is not centered. It is a little bit to the right, which explains why that's actually like that. Okay, so we'll bump this over to there. What if we actually bring this back in? How close can we bring that? Oh. I kind of want to like it. I think I'm happy with that. What are we, an hour and a half in? 2 hours? Oh, I missed the heart. Right there. Just do another little test. Super unscientific measurement. Oh. No. I think I was actually right. I think. Well, where's this line up? Okay, so this might be just like a off center. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, so if I bring this in a tiny bit, I can get that to overlap. And then I think I can just mess with this and I'll walk away. Feels naked, right? I don't think I wanted to hit that. I think that's what needs to happen. I think I'm happy with this. Yeah, so, let's see. I think I'm going to clean this logo up. I'm going to take care, I think I want to put another little, I think I want to do a wide offset off of this, and that's it. I'm going to walk away after that. He said for the 400th time. So, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to clean this up a little bit, and I will be back with what I'm assuming will be my finished logo. So, see you in a minute. Alright. I'm happy with that. I think I'm happy with that. Let's see. Make sure everything is on this layer. We'll delete that storage layer. Let's see. I'm gonna leave the colors off to the side. We'll ditch that. We'll keep our live font over here because Again, as a reminder, anytime you have font in a logo, make sure you create outlines before you export or finalize it. So we'll have our live font over here. We've got our color scheme, and I can get rid of all this artwork and my sketches, and that's it. Yeah. Okay. So, how long will that take me? That took me a little bit, basically 2 hours, and that's with me kind of screwing around on like a different design and re-recording a couple things. So, not bad for about 2 hours. Let me make sure. Yeah, no, I'm super happy with that. I think that's gonna scale. So if we go super small, so let's keep one right here, and then we'll take an. Oh, actually, let's do proper management. Let's group this first, so that it's one thing, and we'll put that right there, just in case we'll leave a kind of original one there, and then we'll shrink this down. And yeah, that still kind of comes out. I like how that. I wish I'd done a slightly thicker script font for that, so that this ring could have been a little bit thicker. I'm happy with that, you know. I'm not going to complain. It looks decent small. Still looks good big. And then, of course, you've got ice cream. We've got sort of that club shape we were going for, a diamond, a heart. I never did the spade, but I don't know. We'll work with... What if... What if... What if... What if... I just did a spade like that. Is that too hokey? Only time will tell. Transform, reflect. Let's see, come on, snap. There we go. Or is it just going to make it too big? I think that's my concern. Stylistically, it would get us everything. Let me see here. It's a little bit, no, it's a little bit narrow over taper, isn't it? What if we squeezed it in like, no, that's not doing it. 1, 2, no, 1, 1. I guess it kind of depends on, let's see. Kind of depends on who's playing cards you're looking at. Oh, I kind of like that. Ungroup. Merge. Oops. Send all the back. What are you doing in here? No, this. What is this doing? Oh, that can go away. We've got extra stuff going on here. Okay, I think we're good now. Okay. Alright. Now, because this is a vector, and because I did actually set this up correctly, I can still scale this right back up, and I don't lose anything. So that's why you do want to set those lines up so that they, so that you don't rely on the stroke of something to generate the line thickness. All right, so we'll delete that. Oh. No, I'm walking away. I'm walking away. This is it. So, all right. And if I need to, I could just delete that. Anyway, so that's my like 2.5, 2.25 hour demo on putting together a logo. So we'll go from this I'm gonna keep that one. I'm 50-50 in on it right now. Okay, so that's grouped. That's grouped. Cool. So I got two logos. I can choose between them. So we will come back. I will have a lecture on doing your graphics package tomorrow. So I will see y'all on those videos. Later.